My sister Phyllis was born in 1933. 2 years later, I was born in Taft, California, but my earliest memories are of a dusty Arizona desert town and the 16-foot square tent house with boxes as furniture. I never felt deprived, however. In fact, I grew up feeling privileged. My parents were building a church. With their own hands, they made all the adobe bricks, which they dried in the sun and used for the walls of the church.
As a child, the least little things we would pray for and God would do. Church and evangelism was everything. That was all of our life. When my sister and I played, we played church. We didn't know anything else. And I preached and she would lead the singing. At age 10, I met and led a new friend to the Lord. His name was Jimmy Abbott. I lived by this time in the western part of Los Angeles. When we were 12, we were in an area where drugs were being used long before drugs became a problem in most of the world. He got involved in pushing drugs, and he was shot by the police when he was trying to get away. Don Bennett, another fellow I used to bring to church, he never would give his heart to the Lord. I witnessed to him just a few days before. He was murdered at age 16. At the same time, I had other acquaintances and friends that were just on the opposite side, and they were sold out to the Lord. So I had that contrast at all times.
One night after Mom's sermon, I knelt at the simple wooden altar rail. Suddenly, I felt as if I were not there, but somewhere out in the heavens. Before my eyes, written in bold letters, were the words, "Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel." I opened my eyes, but the words were still there. I closed them again, and the burning words remained. I had no doubt in my mind that I was being called to preach, maybe even to be a missionary, since the words said, "Go into all the world."
I went with 11 other fellows down into Mexico, just doing what God was showing to us to do, and we saw many people come to the Lord. That was the year of 1953. We'd formed a singing group. There were 5 of us fellows, and we were going to go out evangelizing in the summer. And we went all over the United States. In fact, that summer we had 120 services in 90 days in 42 states, doing, I guess, what I do now, traveling.
Extraído do novo livro de Loren, No Boundaries. Em 1963, casou-se com Darlene, que foi cofundadora da missão com ele. Seguiram imediatamente para a Europa numa viagem missionária. Os Cunninghams se mudaram para a Suíça com sua filha de 7 meses, Karen. Lá, seu filho, David, nasceu em Lausanne. Viveram emoções e desafios enquanto o ministério se expandia. A família mudou-se para o Havaí em 1974 e continuou se mudando 18 outras vezes, pois a missão alugou muitos lugares antes que o Hotel Pacific Empress, então falido, fosse comprado e reformado para ser o campus da Jocum em Kona. Uma vez, disseram às crianças que Loren estava indo pregar. Então, elas colocaram suas mãos sobre ele. David disse em sua voz de 2 anos de idade: "Deus, ajude o papai a pregar bem." Loren inspirou fé nas próximas gerações. Ele nos ajudou a irmos juntos por todo o mundo. Ele abriu o mundo para nossa família e para milhões de pessoas, nos chamando, não apenas como pregadores, mas também escritores, professores, músicos e cineastas, atores, dançarinos, e a todos para atenderem ao chamado. Nas reuniões, as orações, as histórias e as risadas se misturavam facilmente, pois ele tornava os momentos mais plenos. Marido fiel, pai e avô. Amado pela família, a qual cuidou tão bem. Loren foi um fiel seguidor do chamado de Deus para todas as nações, até o fim.